Edinburgh Fringe Festival is the biggest theatre festival, the biggest arts festival in the world. There's 3,500 shows taking place all over the city. Every room above a pub or church hall is transformed into a miniature theatre. I'm Amber Massie-Blomfield. I'm the project lead for Swiss Selection Edinburgh, which is a project by Helvetia, the Swiss Arts Council, to bring a group of Swiss theatre artists to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival for the first time. We've got 4 fantastic shows at the Edinburgh Fringe this year. So the first 2 are Traumboy and Traumgirl, which are 2 solo works by a male and a female performer, Daniel Hellmann and Anne Welenc, that look at sex work from a male and female perspective, and they're performed on alternating nights, so you can come back and see different takes on a similar story. We have 8x8 by Mercimax, which is a performance for just 8 audience members at a time, performed by 8 performers, all of whom are actually from the local Edinburgh community. So the theatre company has come here and worked with the local community, and it's really a piece about our prejudices and what do we project onto people when we look at them based on their appearance. Our final piece is Mats Staub's 21. It's a video installation where the artist has travelled all over the world and interviewed people about their experience of coming of age, and it's a really beautiful tapestry of voices that I think communicates something about how much we have in common, and actually we have much more in common than sets us apart. One of the things for me that's really distinctive about Swiss theatre is the ambition that the theatre makers have, and actually all of the pieces that we've got, the sort of scale of technical ambition and sophistication and nuance in the work, it really sets it apart, particularly for theatre makers who, some of them are still quite early in their practice, but they really achieve their work on a big scale, and it's really heartening to see.
I still have the chance to say no if you seem creepy to me.
The Swiss theatre landscape for me is very contemporary, experimental, innovative, open to new ideas, and I think really infused by the diversity of culture in Switzerland, particularly the different linguistic regions and how that plays into the work. I think what surprised me most about working with Swiss theatre is how contemporary and experimental the landscape is. There's real innovation across the whole scene, and often you see very very-innovative works on big platforms that have been supported with big budgets and big set designs, and that's very unusual in the UK, and for me it just reflects actually a real confidence in a kind of contemporary scene and younger voices and emerging voices that I really love. One of the first experiences I had of Swiss theatre was going to Zurich and going to a theatre festival on the edge of a lake where people were going in to see shows, and then in the gaps in between coming out and swimming in the lake, and I thought, wow, this is something very different to British festivals. And yes, over the last couple of years I've had a fantastic opportunity to go to lots of different festivals, both in Zurich and international festivals like Avignon, where there's a big presence of Swiss work, and festivals in Munich and in Manchester International Festival. So I've had a chance to get a really good view of the landscape and how rich it is.